So what actually inspired you to do agriculture or go into farming?
Hunger. That's because I've actually experienced what hunger is. It's situation whereby you don't feed these, but they are producing honey for you.
How is it possible?
It's very possible because they produce this honey in a hive. They take nectars from flowers, and then some of them also take fruits and then deposit it there in the hive. There is some kind of chemical processes that goes on into there, and that's the thing. And the psychology behind that is that this honey that they actually produce is their own food they eat during raining season. No, that is raining.
Themselves.
Yes, but now human beings now got to steal the honey. There are some countries like China. Their main source of revenue is agriculture. So if Nigeria can actually look into that, it's actually going to boost our economy to a very large extent, because we have the fertile land, we have the best climate, we have the good temperature that can actually help us grow these crops. So the problem started from the primary school, secondary school, where you will see a Macmillan, and then you see Obi's father is a poor farmer. Farmers, you cannot be poor as a farmer in this world now, where people are using advanced method of agriculture. This time around, so I'm not even talking about the government. God, at those days, we will be saying government should do this one, government should do that one. No. For how many years now you've been calling on the government to do something and not doing it?
So you think the government are not really helping in the agriculture industry?
Though they are really helping, but if they can put in the energy they put in towards oil company, and channel it to agriculture. And for people that usually go and be laughing at people that are studying agriculture, people should stop it. Stop it, because it's not easy. As a person will tell you, you spend 5 years studying agriculture. Yes, it worked that year.
Because of the high price of tomatoes in the market, you see people using watermelon and cucumber for stew. Please, how healthy is this? And will it affect the prices of cucumber and watermelon in the market?
And what I would say is penny wise, pound foolish. The problem here now is that it's actually very nutritious, because they are all vegetables. I got to know of recent that watermelon, cucumber, tomatoes, they are classified under vegetables.
But they have different tastes.
That's the thing. I've not tasted, I've not tried it though. But those that have actually tried it, they are attesting that the taste is nice. But it does not solve the problem of the price of tomato coming down. And the thing now is that you cannot even cook the cucumber or watermelon stew without tomato paste.
Hey viewers, welcome to your favorite show, The Bliss Hour. Today we'll be talking about something unusual, something people have actually looked down on, and guess what the topic is? Agriculture. We have a very amazing, beautiful guest who will be doing this topic with us today. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we are going to unveil this spectacular guest. Welcome back, guys, from that short break. Like I said, we have a very amazing guest. She is no other person than the CEO of Marvela Xtracts, a beautiful girl doing agriculture. You're welcome to the Bliss Hour show.
Thank you.
All right, so please tell us about yourself. Tell us what you do.
Okay, my name is Marvela Xtracts. Okay, I'm actually the CEO of Marvela Xtracts. I'm a farmer and entrepreneur, and I do just more of agriculture, anything agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're welcome once again. So what actually inspired you to do agriculture or go into farming?
Hunger. That's because I've actually experienced what hunger is. Back then in my undergraduate studies, it was quite challenging. But then after I was done with school, I was looking for something that I would actually do with my life, something that would give me purpose, something like that I'm going to be passionate about. And I thought about it. I wanted something that would actually help me to solve a problem, a societal problem.
Okay.
And then I looked at the side of agriculture, farming, because there are other listing aspects of agriculture. But me, I decided to go into farming. That's because the root cause of the hunger that we experience, as you know, currently the price of food is very high,
Yeah.
and not everybody can actually afford it. So the root cause of this high increase in hunger is because we have a limited number of farmers who actually produces these crops. And if you look at it here in the southeast, we depend majorly on the northerners and the westerners to produce food and send down to us. So in a situation whereby they don't have more to send down to this place, you see that food here will be very, very expensive. Food items are very, very expensive. So now I then decided that, okay, since many persons, maybe young persons, are not actually interested in farming, agriculture, I was like, okay, this is actually going to help me to solve the problem of hunger and meet people's needs. So I decided to go into farming.
Okay. So
Yes.
how long have you been doing agriculture
Wow.
or farming? As you said, farming.
Okay, it will interest you that I'm just a few months old.
Okay.
Yeah, I graduated from University of Port Harcourt. That was in January, and started this whole thing in March, and this is July. So it's not, I don't really have like years experience, but with this short period of time, I've actually learned a lot.
Okay, so tell us about your successes and failures during this short period of time you've been doing farming.
Okay, when I'm actually a corporate person,
Okay.
I love corporate organization. Like I just like anything corporate. But when I decided I was going to go into farming, it was somehow challenging. I was looking at my friends, they would not say I'm a farmer, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah. You know how the society actually they made farmers to look, they made them to look like they are poor people.
Downgraded.
So yeah, so look at it now. I was like, people will not be farming. So that was actually one of the challenges I faced. And some person actually, they see it as, I don't even know how to put it, but red for Marvela to say she's a farmer. But this is something that gives me fulfillment. And then lack of capital. If you say you want to go into agriculture, you have to have money, even though it's not that big, but you just have to have small something to start from. Besides, it's actually very advisable that if you want to go into agriculture, you have to start small and grow big. Yeah. So capital, you know, family, will I say peer pressure, friends, what they will say, and then experience, knowing the right knowledge. What they teach in school is different from the experience you face outside there. I've actually tried to do some stuff on my own, trying to grow cucumber in a sack, pepper and all of that, but it's failed. That's because I don't have any knowledge. But at the stance now, I'm actually undergoing a training, and I believe that before the end of the year, I should be a professional in tomato farming.
Okay, that's nice, really nice. So talking about Marvela Extract, tell us about it. How did you start? What inspired you to actually become a CEO of Marvela Extract?
Okay, Marvela Xtracts is majorly a brand that focuses more on honey production.
Okay.
Yeah. While growing up, I had series of health challenges, and most times the doctors will recommend honey to my parents. But on the long run, the honey that we usually buy there, they are fake. In fact, before you see original honey, it's actually very difficult. So as I went into school during my 200 level, they taught us apiculture. That's the rearing of honey farming and bee farming, so on. So after the whole class and everything, it was very interesting. And you know, it's teaching whereby you don't feed bees, but they are producing honey for you.
How is it possible?
It's very possible because they produce this honey in a hive.
Okay.
They take nectars from flowers, and then some of them also take fruits and then deposit it there in the hive. There is some kind of chemical processes that goes on into there, and that's the thing. And the psychology behind that is that this honey that they actually produce is their own food they eat during raining season.
Okay.
Now
Keeping
that
it
it's
for
raining,
themselves.
yes, but now human beings will now got to steal the honey.
That's why they attack us.
Yes, that's the thing. So I thought about it. It's going to be an interesting kind of business because you're spending nothing.
You're making
To say,
money.
yeah, you're spending nothing and you're making money.
Okay.
But then, business, you have to have money. A 200 level student, what do I have shishi to start business now? So what I did was I started, I that's actually an aspect of agriculture too. When you go, you source for farmers who are actually producing these crops. They may not really have contact to direct customers who need them. So you have to like be the middleman now between the customers and the farmers, getting those crops, those produce from the farmers. You then send it down direct. Maybe you can package it. You call them value addition. You can package it and then look for customers who are in need of that particular product. And that was what I was doing. And that's what I've been doing. Although I stopped on the long run because honey became very expensive.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll have to have my own farm.
It's still expensive now.
Yes, I'll have
Still
to have my own farm. So in future, I'm looking towards having my own farm.
Okay, that's nice. Really ambitious, I must say. So, how important is agriculture in our today's world?
Wow. Agriculture. Agriculture has been the mainstay now, right from the creation of the world. It has been saving us as humans because as humans, we must eat now.
Of course.
Yeah. And it's through agriculture that these food are being produced. There are some countries like China. Their main source of revenue is agriculture. So if Nigeria can actually look into that, it's actually going to boost our economy to a very large extent because we have the fertile land, we have the best climate, we have the good temperature that can actually help us grow these crops. So if we can look into it and invest, yes, and invest largely on it, it's going to change our lives. In fact, there's not going to even be any poor person in Nigeria.
So it's very profitable.
Yes, because it will provide job opportunity for people.
Okay.
You understand? It's going to provide job opportunities for people. And you know that a country that has an enterprise that provide jobs for their youth, you see that the country is going to be a working country. People may not really complain like that. What I'm trying to say is that if Nigeria can move from, because what we do now is just, we are living on survival mode.
Yeah.
If we can move from being a consuming country into a production country to the extent that when we produce these crops in a large quantity, that it will be enough for us to even export, is going to boost our economy and even help us as individuals. So it's very, very, very profitable. In a situation whereby you sow a seed of tomato and it's giving you how many fruits from it, from just a branch of it, is quite something to look into.
But what about when the youth are not willing to go into the agricultural industry?
Well, the truth is that it's not actually their fault. Because me, when I was in primary school, secondary school, the fault even started from our teachers. They are the ones that made agriculture to look like it's for poor people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because agriculture, being a farmer and a doctor and a lawyer is just like, how would I even put it? We are supposed to be treating those persons equally because we need all of them in our society because of the fact that each of them plays a significant role in the society. We need a farmer to produce food and livestock that would actually keep us living as human beings. We need doctors that will take care of our health issues. We need, every sector, every profession
We need everything.
is very, very important in our society. So the problem started from the primary school, secondary school, where you will see a Macmillan and then you will see Obi's father is a poor farmer. Farmers, you cannot be poor as a farmer in this world now, where people are using advanced method of agriculture and advanced method of farming to farm. You cannot be poor. So the only thing now we have to do is to enlighten people more and make them see reasons. For you to, after school, you are staying at home for a long time waiting for jobs to come. Meanwhile, people are looking for people that they will develop their farms for them. Immediately, I actually posted on Facebook indicating my interest in agriculture. I've been getting lots of opportunities. People calling me, okay, come and manage my farm for me, come and do this one for me. I'll tell them, hold on. I just don't want to just jump into something. This one will call me, I have a land, I need somebody that will manage it for me. Like, the opportunities in agriculture is very massive. So it's just for young people to stop looking at, they look at, in Igbo language, they say,
Okay, what does that mean?
It means that thing you're looking for out there is just very close to you.
Okay.
Just for you to realize the potential and build on it.
Yeah, utilize the opportunity.
Yes. So youths are just let's just come home. Let's come home. God has given us all these things. We can make good useful of what we have that are just around us.
Okay.
What should even push you to say you want to go into this thing is because you've been staying at home doing nothing. You don't have a job, you don't have a business idea, nothing. But then agriculture is there. You don't even, like I said, you don't need to have plenty money for you to go into it. You can serve as a middleman,
Okay.
between farmers and your customers. Sometimes the poultry farm where I manage,
Okay.
some of these market people, buyers that usually come to the farm, they don't come with any money. What they usually do is, although we've already built trust over the years, so what they do is they will just come carry our beds. After they finish selling, they send us money, take their own cuts. That's the thing. So businesses are like that. So the youths, I don't know, if you're tired of staying at home, you have to do something.
They really look down on it. That's why they're not actually going into it.
Honestly speaking, and the thing now is that agriculture is advanced now. When I see videos of what people are doing outside the country, I feel so happy. I feel so happy. Yes, we are in the digital world now. Everything is going digital, and agriculture is also going digital too.
Okay.
Currently, that there are drones that can help you to plant your crops.
Like now.
Something like rice now. You don't need to start entering the field to be sowing by yourself. Just pack the rice that you need inside the drone. The drone, you just use computer technology to control it. It just fly and be sowing the seed
But
for
those
you.
things are quite expensive as well to get it.
That's the thing now. But the thing is that we have to start from somewhere. Nigeria is still backward. It's when we must have, come as individuals now with like minds, and then we collaborate. You bring your idea, I bring my idea. That's where we can actually get to that extent in agriculture. This time around, I'm not even talking about the government. God are those days that will be saying government should do this one, government should do that one. No. For how many years now you've been calling on the government to do something and not doing it? It's us that will have to do it by ourselves.
So you think the government are not really helping in the agriculture industry?
Though they are really helping, but if they can put in the energy they put
More
in
effort.
towards oil company, and channel it to agriculture.
I understand. I understand the feeling. So let's talk about the high prices of food now in the market, because it's actually alarming. It's alarming. You see Gary that we even produce ourselves, that we don't even use machines to produce. very expensive. So what are the reasons? What are those factors that are contributing to it?
Okay. Number one factor is that we have limited number of farmers.
Okay.
That's just number one. And number two is insecurity. I was reading over the internet, and that was 2 weeks ago. Which country, which state is the food basket of the nation again?
Please don't ask me.
Yeah, so they were facing some kind of challenges.
Okay.
These herdsmen coming to attack them in their farms. Nobody is going to farm again.
Okay.
That's the same challenge, like some areas, some states, that's what they are facing. People don't know, they have this fear to go into their farm now to farm because of herdsmen. You understand? Then the high cost of other inputs now, like fertilizer, herbicide, what do they call them again? All these drugs for poultry beds and all that. Even feed too.
Expensive.
Feed is very expensive now. In our poultry farm now, we are actually having some kind of challenges, because there is something they call glut. Glut is when there is surplus of a particular commodity in the market.
Okay.
So the demand will be very low and the price will also be very low. But the cost of production will be very, very high. You don't even know what to do. Because towards March, April, May, there was scarcity of birds in the market.
Yeah.
In fact, customers that came to buy, they were fighting. They were fighting. But now, they are doing shakara.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere, because the temperature is very calm. And poultry birds, they have issues with heat. So during that period, people were not really, they don't have the mind to go into poultry.
Okay.
Yes, because of the temperature and any little thing, the birds will die. If you're not able to control it, the birds will die. But now, it's everywhere. Oh. Can you imagine that the month I just mentioned, we sold a bird for 9,000 naira. Bird one. But this time around, we are selling for 8,000.
Okay.
We even sold 6,500.
That cheap.
To tell you
that kind of cheap price.
To tell you that challenges like that comes, and when people see, they don't want to go into it. One of the things again is transportation too, cost of fuel. Because in anything you're doing, it's going to be part of your cost of production.
Okay.
So tomorrow now we are selling fuel for 700 naira. One day you now hear that it's 10,000. Sorry, that's very high notes. You now hear that it's 10,000. Taking those produce now from the villages where they produce the crops down to the city, you see that the price it will now cost it to be very, very high. You see, so if there is a way, even us that are living in the urban area can also have our own garden where we grow our own, because this is something that I've been promoting on my Facebook page, home garden. If we can actually start producing crops even in our urban city, you will see that there will be more availability of food.
Yeah.
Yes, in our community. And again, post-harvest losses, this one happens after you must have produced. Now you now have goods now. If you don't know how to mitigate it, how to control it, you end up losing as a farmer. So that's one of the challenges farmers actually face too, post-harvest losses. When it comes like this, all your effort and everything will not go to a waste, because you're looking at your crops, they are deteriorating, they are spoiling, and you don't even know how you can actually control this thing. So if we can, that is actually another kind of business idea. If individuals can look for a way of trying to, extend the shelf life of our perishable goods, that's actually a very nice business idea. Okay. We also have more, but when they are being produced and in a short period of time they are spoiling, somebody may not really have that.
Give you high blood pressure.
Somebody may not really have that, that zeal to say, okay, I want to try again. A lot of things are actually factors that are affecting this high cost of food. But the one I'm very sure of is the fact that we have limited number of farmers. Nobody wants to go. They see agriculture as suffering. they see it as suffering, and that's very bad.
But you won't blame them, like you
No, you can be a farmer, you have people, laborers working for you.
Okay.
I'm undergoing a training. It's just a small land though, but the thing, I am not doing any work. Oh, I've employed somebody to take care of the things I want. I tell them this is what you're going to do and all that. And the good thing is that all the money you're going to spend employing these people are going to be factored in your cost of production. So one challenge again is security.
Okay.
A situation whereby you have labored for how many months trying to grow your crops or trying to rear your beds, taking care of them, because it's not easy.
It's not.
Agriculture is going to take your time, it will take your energy, it will take your brain.
And your money.
It's not just for anybody at all, because you are going to be thinking.
Okay.
Your brain will be working. Because you don't know, crops, plants, and human beings are not the same thing. So you want to know why is this plant coloring like this? What is wrong with this plant? So you're working with your brain. It's not as easy as you think. Oh. And for people that usually go and be laughing at people that are studying agriculture, people should stop it. Stop it, because it's not easy. As a person will tell you, you spend 5 years studying agriculture. Yes, it's worth that year. I mean, those years.
Is it really that hard?
Not like it's hard, but it's hard. It's when you must have gone through the theory aspect of it in school, and then you now come back and start failing. Let's say you stuck how many days they die.
But it's not their fault now.
How?
The school are not giving them the practical aspect.
It's true, actually. It's true. But I don't want to talk about that.
Let's not
Then for the security, a situation whereby you must have labored and somebody just come and steal your crops, steal your beds or your eggs. That's not encouraging now. That some fans said that they will close up like this. Even the workers that are even working for you, you have to even trust them. Like you pray to God so that you will not come one day, you don't see anything again in your farm. So that's one too. They call it theft. It's a very, very big challenge. And some farmers, that is what in a situation whereby you must have experienced this thing more than 2 or 3 times. You may not have the courage to continue again now.
Yeah.
One of my friend's mother, I was talking with her the other time, but I know that she used to produce her own gari. Okay. Sometimes if I want gari, I'll go and meet her. We'll process it. No, we'll process it together. See,
then you take your own basin.
You process it together when we are done. So this time around, I went to visit her. She was not complaining that the cassava she planted, they came to her farm and stole everything. Oh. Like she was feeling very bad, and now she's even scared now to go and plant again. Yeah. Because how can you be planting and then some other person is reaping the fruit of your labor?
Very bad.
That's very bad.
Okay. I'm really finding this show exciting, because I think I would like to utilize my own opportunity to go into agriculture. Okay. In recent times, we see people, because of the high price of tomatoes in the market, we see people using watermelon and cucumber for stew. Please, how healthy is this? And will it affect the prices of cucumber and watermelon in the market?
And what I would say is penny wise, pound foolish.
Okay.
The problem here now is that it's actually very nutritious, because they are all vegetables. Okay. I got to know of recent that watermelon, cucumber, tomatoes, they are classified under vegetables.
But they have different tastes.
That's the thing. I've not tasted, I've not tried it though. Okay. But those that have actually tried it, they are attesting that the taste is nice. But it does not solve the problem of the price of tomato coming down. And the thing now is that you cannot even cook the cucumber or watermelon stew without tomato paste. So what are you trying to now do
experimenting
now? What are you? Because somehow you still need tomato. That's the reason why in my training I am training on how to produce tomato. Because I've seen that this is actually like this cost of tomato, the price. It happens almost every year. Yeah. So if you are a farmer that has a foresight and you are able to produce, grow this tomato, and they mature that period that tomato is very scarce, you will make millions of money. Millions of money. Because at some point, you might even end up fixing your own price. Okay. And people will buy. So the problem is growing tomatoes in your house, at your backyard, with plastic containers and buckets. You can grow tomato in your backyard and it will grow for you.
Okay.
So the, saga, they call it that, of trying to use a tomato, watermelon in place of tomato stew, fresh tomato, it does not make sense. At the end of everything, you still use tomato paste.
You cannot avoid it actually, because
And somehow said tomato paste is a processed food commodity.
okay.
So it's not even good like that 100% in your body, and you are not even supposed to be taking it all the time. So what you even need, self, is the fresh one.
Okay. All right. Finally, we are gradually coming to the end of today's show, and we won't leave here without her giving us some piece of advice to those of us who really want to venture into agriculture. Please.
Okay. I have a whole lot to say, but this is actually to young persons out there who are looking for something to do with their life. I assure you that agriculture is the best business enterprise you want to venture into, because there are millions of opportunities that comes from there. In fact, I say that agriculture is a billion-dollar enterprise. I have a reason for saying that, because I've actually made my underground research and I've seen that it has a whole lot of potential. So if you are looking for something to go into, you're not really sure of it, or you are still confused, please come and join us so that we will solve the problem of food insecurity in Nigeria. We need to solve that problem. A lot of people are going hungry, and that's as a result of the fact that we have limited number of farmers who actually produces these crops. So please, I implore you all to come and join me. I'm a young person like you, so please come and join us. And let's start growing crops to the extent that we'll start exporting outside. A lot of people are already doing it. In fact, I know of a woman. What she does is just to repackage palm oil and sell overseas, and this woman is making millions of naira. So please come and join us. Agriculture has something to offer you. You will have a future. You have that dream kind of lifestyle you want. You want to have time for your family later in future. You want to have something that will give you time for yourself. Please come and join us. So thank you very much. This is all I have to say.
You're welcome, and thank you too for coming on the show with us as well. So guys, you've heard from our guest. Come and join us today. Let us utilize this opportunity and solve the food problem that we have in our society. Don't forget, come and join us. So guys, this is where we come to the end of today's show. Reflect on what we have also said today. Say no to unemployment. I know you guys do not know that farmers are one of the richest people in our society.
Can say that again.
Yeah, utilize this opportunity and join us today. Thank you guys. I remain your host, Bliss. Do not forget to subscribe, follow, comment, and share our videos. Bye guys.